Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Solomon again, back with another live stream. And as you're walking in, as you're coming in, don't forget to smash up the like, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, don't forget to do all sorts. Sorry, I'm not able to get the whole setting of this one. I just felt like I need to do this show because it's been a while that we did a show before. I think we have the last time I did a show was before the game, they lost to say the second loss to Man City. I think I did a show after we lost to Man City in the Carabao Cup, but I don't think I was able to do any other show after we met the second time and we actually lost that game. So, but once again, welcome back to the channel. Don't forget, hit the like button on your way in. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. Come on, let's do it. Thank you guys for always watching and for you guys listening to me waffle. So quickly, without no further ado, hopefully some of the guests will be joining me on this show. But before they do that, I want us to just get quickly into the show. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get the link of this particular show in the comments. It's going to be in the comments, and then don't forget, you guys can join in the comments. You can actually let me know what you think in the comment section, and you can be a part of the conversation from the comment section. Like, you can be a part of the conversation from the comment section. So like I've said, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and we have a lot to discuss, a lot to discuss in this show. Like, basically, let me start with the game between Arsenal and Newcastle United. The game between Arsenal and Newcastle United. Now, in fact, before I speak on, just a minute, please. Yes, guys. So I had to quickly get the chat. The link is in the chat. Just you can call in anytime and be a part of the show. Now, I said I'm going to start with the game the game between Arsenal and Newcastle, and why it is important for me to actually talk about that game first is because that game is frustrating. Honestly, I will not lie. That game is very, very frustrating. Frustrating in the sense that basically I felt like that was the kind of intent I wanted us to go with in the game. I wanted us to go all out attack. I want us to go for the game. I want us to start the game wanting to win the game. But I wanted us to start the game wanting to win the game. But I'm sorry, guys, we did to that. But the game ended up being a disappointment because basically, let me just start from the beginning of the game. We were very, very thankful and grateful that the goal came in very early. I just imagine if we hadn't scored that early goal from Eze. I think we've threatened to score a couple of times from that same, corner, playing that short corner, and then the ball to Harvard, then Harvard to Eze, and Eze to go, and that's what we have there. And let me first of all big up Eze's performance in that game, even though I'm one of the biggest Eze fan, and I have videos on this platform, telling you that definitely. I remember when I was urging him not to join Tottenham Hotspur. I was urging him not to join Tottenham Hotspur, and he didn't. So basically, I'm a very big fan of Eze. But the problem I have with Eze as a player is because Eze himself does not actually track back, and I feel like the whole of the Arteta setup, is all about you tracking back. I'm playing defensive, the defensive part of the game. But Eze doesn't do that, in my opinion. That's my own criticism about him. But every other thing, I think, if there's any chance, I have to big him up in that game against Newcastle. If at all there was any chance, for every chance that we had, for every opportunity that we have that we could do something in that game, it was going to come from Eze. And immediately he went out in that game, I knew it was already looking like we were not going to be getting points from that game, and it was obvious we were not getting anything. But what am I trying to point out in that game? Personally, what I say, actually the game was frustrating because we needed the goals, we needed to win. In as much as we needed the win, paramountly, we also needed that this result was, we scored more goals. And that was why that one would take me to what some people that I felt like so angry about, some things I was angry about. And that is the first person is Victor Gyökeres for not throwing that pass to either Saka or because those guys were true on goal. A simple pass will put them to a goal. And even though I was glad for the win, which I'm not disputing, I love the win, and the win is what I so much appreciate. But the truth of the matter is that we should have capitalized. We should have scored more. I felt like we should have scored, more in that game, and that we did not score. Even though I'm still expecting us to, get that goal from somewhere in some other parts of the game. But still, I felt disappointed that was one of the things that I said. I was disappointed that we did not score more goals. But even though I am very, very happy for the win. Now, let me point this out clearly, and let me state this out clearly. I'm not saying that because we won 1-0, I'm not excited, or I'm not happy, or I'm not happy about it. I am happy about it. I am happy for the win, because the win is the only thing that is keeping that hopes alive, because we need to win the games and we need to score enough goals. But we need to win first. That is the first priority. Like Ateta himself said, I feel like he was right by saying that each game is the game we won again. We need to get the points, and that is exactly what we are doing, and that is what we did. So I am excited. That's my initial reaction to the game. I was excited. I was disappointed that we didn't score more goals, and because of something else. Even Declan Rice, going through, square the ball to Zubimendi, and we are up. Square the ball to Zubimendi and we are up. But no, my brother had other thoughts. He had other options. He had other things in his mind that he wanted to do. And that wasn't to be. And that is just what I've and that's just my initial reaction to that match, to that game, to that goal. But I felt like, yeah, we did well. We played with the intent I wanted, but we should have done more. Now, moving to the next segment of the show, which is what the key moment of the game, the key moment of this game. Now, the key moment of this game for me, the key moment for me in this game is the fact that the key moment of the game for me was Eze going out. That is the key moment for me, because if we were going to have any threat on goal at all, he was the only one, he was the only one that can actually, get anything at all, because he's the only one that has the impetus to go forward. And like I've said before, one of the challenges I have with him as a person is because he doesn't track back really. But every other thing going forward, Eze is just out there. Eze is just out of this world. So for me, I am excited that Eze is on. Now, basically, I would tell you that personally, I am excited that we won the game. But on the other hand, I feel like we should have done more. Now, I'm going to welcome Patrick. Welcome to the show. Patrick is a Chelsea fan. Patrick, welcome to the show. How are you doing, Patrick?
Thanks for having me.
I can hear you properly. I can hear you. I can hear you properly.
Yeah. Good. I can hear you.
Well, let me start with you coming after us for almost every game. That's what I'm going to start with you over here. Yeah. Let me start with you, because I have to put you on the mains. Now, you are a Chelsea fan. Your club is languishing in 6th. Am I right? Is it even 6th or 7th? You got 8. And you, Patrick, have the guts to come for me.
I came for every Arsenal fan.
Why exactly will you do that?
Because history has shown you always finish second and you always bottle it when it matters the most. It doesn't matter, mate. I've got blue tinted glasses on, mate. You always finish second in a 2-horse race.
Well, you have your point, but on the other hand, you also do not have a point. And why did I say this? Because in those times, this is the only season we actually we're supposed to win it. And I don't think the previous season has been a bottle, because basically we were not supposed to even be winning it. There are teams who are better than us, and the team who were better than us are those teams that won it. So where you guys got this bottling from? I don't understand.
Yeah, well, I think you were favourites. You were one of the favourites. You, Man City, and Liverpool were pretty much one of the favourites, considering you spent money on Gyökeres, you spent money on Zubamendi. You spent money in the summer to try and improve the squad to go one step further. We were obviously thinking Liverpool would be one of the big hitters, considering they spent nearly 400 million in the market on what they've done. Manchester City have spent money this season. They've spent in January, and then they spent earlier in the summer to try and rebuild theirs. And the fact that Arsenal have spent 200 and something plus days at the top of the summit, it honestly felt like you were going to do it. And you can't be going on saying you're 11 points clear, etc. When you go to a cup final, bottle that, and then you bottle Leeds, you bottle Southampton, and then you go in thinking, we're going to try and win every game we can. But you lose against Bournemouth, and then your 9 points got decimated.
Yes, everything you have said now is still this season. If we bottle it this season, yes, we bottled it. And I agree. And I'm saying that. And that's what you guys are not willing to accept. What I'm saying is the previous years hasn't been bottled because we have not been in the position to win this league. But you guys just want to push that narrative, and you decide to push narrative, ignoring what is even going on at your club, which we will get to in a minute.
I'm not pushing narratives. What I'm trying to say is 22-23, no one was expecting you to win this league. But you pushed.
Yes.
You spent nearly, 300 and something days, nearly 200 and something days at the top of the summit.
Were we supposed to win it?
23-24, you kept it to the final day, but only
yes.
Everton bottled it. Everton did it, and then Man City did what they had to do. 24-25, I felt that was your prime chance of winning this league. There
was no title race there. Yeah, we fell off.
It was a prime chance because Manchester City wasn't doing their Manchester City-ness. They weren't doing what they've been needing to do. They've been having that they had the bit of slump. Liverpool, nobody expected Arne Slot to come in and easily just challenge for the title like they just did. Chelsea was never going to be in the title race, even though we were in second till about at least the start of November, December. We had our collapse. Nobody expected Manchester United to be in it or Tottenham because of the way that they've been slumped with all their managers that they had. So 24-25 was the prime opportunity for Arsenal to win this league. And then 25-26, we expected Liverpool, we expected Arsenal to be in the mix. And again, the fact that you spent nearly 200 and something days at the top, you can't afford to spend another 200 and something days at the top of the Premier League and not win it. And this is me not trying to go
Patrick, do you know there's something you are missing out here? You have still confirmed what I've just said, that the previous season hasn't been a bottle. It's just the fact that we've not been good enough. Now, this is the only season we are expected to have, that we came into the season and we Arsenal fans expected us to win the league. Last season, let me tell you, for crying out loud, to be honest, at the end of the day, we had injuries, but that's not an excuse. But last season, we fell off. We had a serious fell off. It wasn't a bottle. Liverpool ran away with the league. So where exactly did the bottling come from? Is it the first one, the second one, or the third one?
Again, hang on. I was having a drink. I just feel like when Arsenal, again, 200 something days at the top of the Premier League, you shouldn't be bottling a strong position that you were in. Because remember, you went into the cup final 9 points clear, right? You went into that league cup final 9 points clear before the international break. You lost that final, and again, it's psychological damage that's just happened here. You know, if you won that trophy, if you won the League Cup, that could have said to Arteta, right, we're the dog's bollocks. We're going to go straight for it. We're going to go and win this league. But the fact that you lost to Manchester City, you then lose to Southampton, you then lose to Bournemouth, you then try and pick it back up. But when you do pick it back up, Manchester City have been back on the motorway chasing you down.
Yeah.
And then the moment you go to the Etihad, this was your last chance to try and tell Manchester City we will not be moved. But you wasted that game away as well. You weren't all on fit cylinders. That weren't the Arsenal I expected. Every time you play against a Big Six team, you properly go for it. Whether it's Chelsea, whether it's Liverpool, whether it's Man United, whether it's us, right? You properly go for it. But I just don't get how you went into that game with the strong 11 that you had and bottled it. You haven't bottled it. But
yes,
the way that Manchester City are going now, you need to win all your games and not slip up. Manchester City can win all their games and still win this league.
Of course, but the league is not done yet, and you guys are failing to acknowledge that yet. Okay, between City and Arsenal, who do you think has the more difficult run?
I'll say Man City, but Arsenal I would say City will still win it for the way that they're going at the moment. But taking my blue tinted glasses off and taking my Chelsea out of it, Arsenal have got the easier fixtures. You still got Fulham. You still got some of the relegation candidates.
West Ham, most especially West Ham.
West Ham. Have you still got Everton?
No, we've got West Ham, Fulham, Burnley, and Crystal Palace.
So you got one guaranteed relegated side in Burnley, and then you got one fighting. But again, I know you would take the win over West Ham, but come on, I know you want to lose against West Ham to keep Tottenham down.
We dare not lose against West Ham. I tell you, we dare not. You know, those guys have been. We dare not. In fact, we dare not. We dare not.
Yeah.
And you know something, Spurs. That's what I'm telling Guy. Spurs will need us to beat West Ham, but Guy doesn't want to acknowledge that.
I know. I'm taking off my blue tinted glasses. If somehow Arsenal lose to West Ham, then all the theories are going to come at you. Either you've deliberately lost because of your helping, Spurs get relegated, or you deliberately lost because it's like a final middle finger to Tottenham, or you win against West Ham and Tottenham fans love you and say, "Oh yeah, we love Arsenal for trying to." So for you, you're not in a good place right now against West Ham. You're not in a good place.
You know what?
West Ham, Spurs fans will love you because you kept them in the fight. You deliberately lose to the West Ham. Spurs fans will be like, "Oh, this is for Sol Campbell. This is for this. This is for that." You've always tried to dunk on our parade,
Yeah. But I don't care about Tottenham Hotspur. I really don't care. I want to win my games. I care less.
You're in that position where you don't care about Tottenham, but in a way, you have direct say into how Tottenham get relegated this season. We do as well. We got Tottenham. We can relegate them, but you can just push it a little bit further. You know what I mean?
But you guys always trash Tottenham. You guys always trash Tottenham. Do you think Tottenham will escape? Because basically, I remember the only time I thought Tottenham would get a win against you was when they were 2 goals ahead and you guys came back to beat them 4-2. Yeah. Do you see Tottenham escaping relegation?
No. Like Spurs have been playing good football. Especially with De Zerbi. They've kind of clicked into gear. But what they haven't realised is the fact that they've put themselves in this position and now they care. It's kind of like, oh, you didn't care under Thomas Frank, you didn't care under Ange Postecoglou, yet you won the Europa League. And now you're in this position, players are crying, players are hurting, they're getting injuries. I mean, just yesterday, Xavi Simons broke his ACL, which, I hope he gets better soon. But he broke his ACL. Solanke's injured. They ain't got Romero. They're on scraps. And the fact that
actually,
and by the way,
you know what
was that?
You know what, Patrick?
What was that?
You know what, Patrick?
Go on.
You know something? I don't even care at the moment now. I don't even know if I want Tottenham to relegate or not, because they don't mean anything to me. So I don't care. Like I told you, in this part of the world, we don't care about Tottenham here. Like you hardly have a Tottenham fan come here. I think the three major things I have is Chelsea fan. They are the most annoying part. In fact, when it comes to football, I hate Chelsea more than anything in this world. Chelsea are up there, then United, then I don't hate Liverpool that much, but you see Chelsea and you see Manchester United. Those are my issues. Now, but the problem is I don't really care if Tottenham gets relegated. I really feel for expression, because basically I love the guy. I love him so much. I love the guy. But probably I don't know what he's going to do, but I know it should just be good for a laugh. I'll probably be able to laugh at Spurs, laugh at Guy, laugh at Collins, and every other person that is Tottenham fan with them. But I guess personally, I don't have any issue with them. I think I have issues with the big boy. It is you guys that were busy. You guys are busy twerking for Chelsea or Manchester City, and I honestly want you guys to go down and go get relegated because of that's your attitude. Why would you be shaking your bum for someone? Do you guys realize that Manchester City has come from behind to win 10 Premier Leagues, more than Chelsea? 10 Premier Leagues, more than you. And the Champions League. And you guys are still shaking your bums for them, for City. Patrick, you guys are still shaking your bums for City.
I hate both Arsenal and Tottenham. Let's get this clear. I hate both your clubs, because Arsenal, sick and tired of it. I have family that support Republic of Ireland. I hate Thierry Henry, right? Had all in 2009.
He's the greatest. He's the greatest.
I hate Arsenal so much because it's not of the team, it's the fans. I just don't respect the fans. They keep going on and going on and going on and going on. It's like you're going on about modern history. You're going on about your past. Start talking about your present. Yeah, stop going on about the Invincibles and start talking about your actual future. You guys are talking about the Champions League. Come on, Patrick. Come on, you're being disingenuous here. You guys keep eating back on Champions League that you won how many donkey years ago? You guys are all about the Champions League. 2012 and 2021.
That's longer. That's done. This 2026. That is 25 years ago.
In 2020, it's been 6 years without you winning a trophy. 6 years, and we're in 2026. We've been more cup finals than you.
Look, bro. Even with that, what I'm trying to tell you, what you are missing now is the fact that City has overshadowed you guys as champion. Like they have 10 Premier Leagues now. If they win this one, that would be 11 Premier League. Even we Arsenal has 13. They would have more Premier League titles than you. And you're shaking your bums for them. They came from nowhere. They were probably in relegation a couple of years ago.
We have more Premier League titles than you. We
have 13.
Yeah, in the Premier League era, you've got 3, I've got 5.
Patrick, don't start doing that. Patrick, don't come here and be doing that. You know what we are. You know your levels. When it comes to London, you can call yourself champions of Europe. You can call yourself champions of the world. I'm not going to argue with you. But when it comes to England, my trophy cabinet is vast. Is big enough. We are a bigger entity than Chelsea. So I hope we get that clear first.
We're still the kingdom. But we're still the part of London. I'm not going to get into which club's bigger because I'd rather save that for another day and another time when we have the energy to argue. But
all right, but okay. Let me not get to you now. I know you've been shaking your bum for City. Let me ask you, what are your expectations now for this season? What are your expectations for this season now? Because you're looking like you're not going to make the Champions League. That one has been confirmed.
No.
You're not going to make the Champions League. I'm not sure you will be. Now you're off the Europa League spot. Are you expecting yourself to make the Europa League? And if it is the Europa League, do you think will you be contented with that? Would you still, or you want more?
Well, we've got an FA Cup final in 3 weeks, so we have a cup final in 3 weeks. So that's a good start. And a win in that competition will get us Europa League football. So I'll be looking forward to that. So arguably, I want the FA Cup. FA Cup guarantees us Europa League football no matter what happens. So we'll take it. If somehow we win all our games and say Villa have a colossal fall off and they finish 6th and we somehow make it into the Champions League, I'll take that as well. But our aim is to try and finish 6th. Hope Aston Villa win the Europa League and they finish 5th. We get the Champions League spot. But I'll take Europa League if that means anything. That means at least we get European football under a new manager. Because I don't know where we stand.
Who is your next manager? You guys sacked your coach.
Apparently,
what exactly are you expecting from an Arsenal, from your Chelsea from past? But what exactly? Okay, you're just expecting the Europa League, right? Now.
Yeah, as things stand, we're expecting Europa League. I don't think we're getting Champions League, but it'll be a shock if it. I'll be surprised if we do. I won't stand here at the end of the season and say, "Oh yeah, I've always expected Chelsea to get top Champions League football. I'm always expected us to." Because we ain't. We sacked Enzo Maresca when we were 5th and we were close to the top 4, right? We spent a couple of days in top 4 thanks to Rosinia, but after our fall off, we've just been dire, absolute dire. But I'm not angry at that. It's just
okay.
We're in this position where we are now because of our owners. But I can't go on about them because I just can't be bothered going on about our owners.
You know the truth, Patrick. I don't know what's wrong with my camera today. It's actually misbehaving seriously. But anyway, but one thing I know is this: you guys, I'm happy that you are having City in the final. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I can't imagine you expecting a point. I don't know what you are expecting from the finals of the FA Cup. But what I'm telling you is this: you kept shaking up your bum for Man City. I want to imagine how you're going to go with it if you're going to actually support City in the final or Man City. And you cannot eat your cake and have it. You can't be supporting City on one side and then when it is your turn, you start supporting. You have to go with City because I would be so joyful.
No, yeah, go on. As I said, as a rival, I don't want you to win the league. That's why I was supporting Man City. But now that we've played Man City, we've lost. I'm back to factory settings. I'm a Chelsea supporter through and through. But I wouldn't.
No, that's not going to happen. If you guys want to lose, you're going to continue. I've told you, you guys will continue to lose in flying colors.
If we get football, I'm not going to change. I'm not going to pledge allegiance to Manchester City. I'm still going to be a Chelsea supporter. Chelsea are my life. Chelsea. I believe I'd rather support Chelsea than any other club in the world. If I had to choose, it would be still Chelsea.
You would rather support Chelsea, but you didn't support Chelsea when they came home to Chelsea because you allowed the hate for Arsenal overshadow your love for Chelsea when they played you guys at the Stamford Bridge, right?
Mate, I said if Manchester City win, that'd be good for the title race because I want a title race. I just don't want Arsenal to just run away with it and just be finished in April, May. I want a title race. That's why people pay the P's for the TV broadcast, my friend. Everybody wants a title race.
Bro, that's what I'm telling you. I am repeating again. I'm going to be out there. Thank God, the season is going to be over by then. Probably I'll be in the hopefully, and hopefully we make it to the Champions League final. We will be playing the Champions League final. Hopefully, I'm believing that with faith we can be Atletico open. We'll be in the final. You also will be in the final of the FA Cup. I'm probably playing that. I will be there. I will be there.
I want us to win the FA Cup final, bro. I want us to win the FA Cup final so much because we ain't won a domestic since 2018.
Exactly, and I don't.
I've seen Man City go to Wembley 4 times and lose. I've seen Man City go to Wembley and lose everyone.
And I tell you, you guys will continue to lose in flying colours. I'm telling you, if it's me and you in this way, you will continue to lose in flying colours. You're going to Wembley again to lose. I'm telling you. See, I have my cousins, my uncles, my brothers, all Chelsea fan. I'm going after them that day. I'm not supporting Chelsea, not even for any single thing.
Arsenal. Where did that come about? Oh, look, you support Chelsea, you support Arsenal. Where did that come about?
Let me explain to you. Let me tell you something, right? I didn't start when my older cousins watch football. They watched their football, but they didn't really tell us anything about the club football thing. So I didn't get the chance to, choose a club. All I knew, I didn't even know there was anything like a club football. So what I did was, I think this was in the early 2004. That was in the early 2004. So that was the invisible seasons. So what happened was that that was when the PlayStation 2, just got to this part of the world. So we started playing the PlayStation 2. So I didn't actually know there was a team cover. I'm always used to picking national team. We pick Brazil, we pick Nigerians, and we pick our country. That's all we do. So later there was an edition that had club football. So I picked the first team on I didn't know what it was. I just picked the first team on the whatever. So I saw a Nigerian there, and that is Nwankwo Kanu. That's Kanu came into the frame. I saw Kanu, I saw Thierry Henry, I saw a lot of players, I saw everybody. And that was invisible season. So I was like, what was this all about? What kind of a team has Kanu and the rest of them? And then that was how I fell in love with Arsenal. I started making my research. Then I started going to the place I was young. I think I was in secondary school then. I was late secondary school then. And I just kept on like that. So when I grew, my brothers, that was leading to our Banta era. If you remember, that was when we won the Invisible, lost the Champions League in 2005. Am I right? To Barcelona. So what? Trophy. Yeah, and then we went, so long without the trophy, and Wenger was there, and my brother, and because I love those club, what my cousins and my brothers did then was laugh at me and some of them were like, oh, look at this. We, especially when Bolton Wanderers was a thorn in our flesh. I swear, these guys were always beating me with that stick. And the one that hurt me the most, the following year, when you guys knocked us off, that invisible year, when you knocked us out of the Champions League. We actually beat Chelsea. Yes, we beat Chelsea home and away. That's in the league. But Champions League, Chelsea knocked us by goal difference. Let me tell you something. They made my life hell where I was. So it was just what it is. What it is. I chose Arsenal. I loved Arsenal then. Like of Fabregas, everybody came in, even though we didn't win. And I lost some of my players to you. I lost some of my players like Van Persie to Manchester United. I felt bad and going up. So for those years, I only enjoyed one season of joy, and that is the invisible season. Maybe the FA Cup and the rest of them. But afterwards, there was nothing. Bro, I ain't gonna take this from you guys anymore. We have to make sure Chelsea gets it. You guys are getting it. Next season, I want you guys relegated, like Uncle Tai. Chelsea are cheats. They should get relegated. You know what, Patrick? Man? You didn't even look at the fact that City right now are passing you guys as the English rates. Look at the charges on them. You still have nothing to say. You are still supporting them against me, against Arsenal. You don't even have the London tax.
Club rivalry, boy. That's what it is. It's club rivalry. I hate you, you hate me. You know, we can't just sit around the campfire and sing Kumbaya and just, say, oh, yeah, I love you, bro. Yeah, I love you, Arsenal. It's your hatred, bro. I don't like you, you don't like me. That's the thing of club rivalry. Outside of that, you know what I mean? Outside of that realm, we're friends. But inside the football realm, I hate you, bro. Inside the football realm, I hate you.
I get it.
I love you. But inside,
I get it. But overall, it's obvious to you. At least we are sure that you know the way our fixtures are. It looks like the City. I feel like City has a stronger picture, and I feel if we can handle business. And look, let me tell you something. We're never going to win the Premier League easy. It was never going to come easy. I knew it was never going to come easy. It was going to be difficult. It was going to be hard. It was going to. Yeah, I remember when they were saying, "Oh, it was the worst season ever if Arsenal won it." Now suddenly nobody's saying that narrative now anymore. But I hate the fact that we didn't handle business when we were supposed to handle business, and that's the only thing causing this.
That's what I'm saying. You can't go 200 and something days at the top of the Premier League and go home empty-handed. Like, we were talking about quadruple before the Carabao Cup final. Then it was a treble. Then that was a double. You can't go into the Champions League and lose to Atletico Madrid and then let your whole season spiral out of control. And this is me not talking as like a proper, I hope you do, I hope you lose, I hope you think. This is generally me trying to say, you can't go 200 days without winning the league. You cannot go going into the semi-final against the Champions League, knowing that you're about to play haram football against Atletico Madrid. And you can't expect...
What do you mean by haram football? We've scored the joint highest goals in EPL. No team has scored.
Yeah, but as soon as you get the ball, they're going to go 11 men behind the ball. As soon as they get the ball, you're going to do 11 men behind the ball. It's all going to come down to set pieces.
No, hold on, Patrick. Point of correction, Patrick. Point of correction. In the Premier League, we have scored the second most highest goal in the English Premier League, and you are calling us haram ball. Explain yourself.
It's because the way that you play, 11 men behind the ball, and then you can't break them down, so you go on the counter attack. When you then suffocate the teams, get a corner, and somehow the corners get your goals, and then you then shove 11 men back behind the ball. It's every time we see Arsenal now, it's always 11 men behind the ball. Their football performances haven't been, blockbuster. Go back to December. Your football was brilliant. I think it was some of the best football that they played because, the way that they've been playing was great. But since January to now, your football has been a bit shaky. Like, you lose to Man United, you lose to Man City, you don't win against Liverpool when Liverpool were in the best shape. You beat us, you beat Tottenham. Those are like the performances I've seen. When you play against Bournemouth, when you played against Everton, when you played against, Everton, prime example, you're waiting until the 89th minute to get your goals. You know what I mean? When you play against teams like that, you need to start cooking. Your attack hasn't been that good. Your attack hasn't been, the best attack that I've seen now. Martinelli, Trossard, you've got Saka, Madueke and Dowman, you've got Havertz or Gyökeres playing up front, and they've not been providing anything, but your centre backs and your left backs and your right backs are. That's what
I don't understand, Patrick, is the fact that yes, you keep saying all this, but shouldn't this be kudos to the manager to at least, even despite the fact that his team is not scoring goals, his strikers are not scoring goals, everybody's like you just said now, you said most of all our attackers have not been, fine optimally this season, but still we find ourselves top of the league. Shouldn't that be kudos on the manager at least for because we've been playing good football, like you said, the other year when we were beating team 5-0, we still didn't win the league. Now he's trying a different approach. Why is this suddenly, a problem for people now, that we shouldn't be kudos to him for finding another way to at least get there and sustain the prayer, even with things not going well for him. Why the attack? That's where I don't understand anymore.
The problem with Arteta is this: he plays good football. All right, I give him credit. If it weren't for Pep doing what he is, I think he'll be manager of the season this year. If Pep doesn't win the league, I think Arteta will be player of the year. My only gripe with him is this: when your players are injured, and when I mean properly injured, like Saka, like an Odegaard, like somebody, right, and they've been playing for too long in this team, why ain't Arteta having the balls to change it, change the players around, change the formation around? You know what I mean? Because now Saka got injured and he had to have surgery. You had Odegaard getting injured in international football. The over-reliance on these players. Why not just change it around a little bit? You got Premier League games, you got Champions League games. Chop and change. He doesn't chop and change. He doesn't play like, I know you're going for the title, I know you're going for the Champions League, but you know what I mean? When Man City do it, they play like, look what Manchester City did on Saturday. They played a weaker side, but then brought in the big guns to try and finish the job. Why can't Arteta do that? Play some of the second team, and then wait until it's like the end game, then go for it with your stronger team.
We did that against Southampton and we lost. We did it, but we lost. We did against Southampton. We lost. We lost the game. He brought in Gyökeres to salvage the game, but we still couldn't win. Now, let me mention this to you, Patrick. Do you know that despite the fact why people are not giving us credit, and this is where I said, even though I know that Arteta is a new manager, is a young manager, and he has his flaws, right? But this is the reason why I give him credit, and that's why people call me Arteta sexuals, why they think I'm supporting the coach, and why I have qualms with some Arsenal fan. Look at Arteta as a manager, as a person. He took us from what we used to be till now. And yes, you can say, okay, he has to win trophies, which he has done. Now, how many of the players that he has right now will get into the City's team? Let me start from the defense. Raya is questionable. I know some people that will still take Donnarumma ahead of Raya. Let me ask you, Donnarumma or Raya, who will you pick?
Tough choice, but I'll go with Raya because he's been consistent.
Okay, let's assume that we have that one, right? Now, I know definitely Saliba and Gabriel could get into the City centre backs, right? Agreed?
Yeah, agreed.
Good. And maybe Declan Rice. Maybe.
I mean, Rodri.
No, maybe as a hate or something. No,
I don't hate Declan Rice. It's just the fact that I think consistently going for titles, Rodri has been the better player. But going for the titles they need, I would say.
All right, good. All right, good. So we are talking about our goalkeeper, the two centre halves, Declan Rice. Who else would you have? Apart from that, who else do you think will get into that team? Let's talk about the attack. Alan, they won't trade Alan for Gyökeres. City will not trade Martinelli for Semenyo. Even Bukayo Saka, who happens to be our star boy, although I still love him and I believe, if not for injury, he should be able to get us there. But I'm not sure City will take Bukayo Saka at the moment. Then go back to the midfield. Odegaard, Sheki, people will take Sheki ahead of him, right? We are competing with a team that has more players better than our team, and we are about to give them. People are not still giving this manager his prop. Yes, Arteta is a young manager. Yes, he has his flaw, but this guy is competing with his master with a weaker side. See, forget we have depth. I know we have depth. What helped us this season was the depth, and we did. But Patrick, don't you think Arteta deserves the credit that we are giving him, even as an Arsenal fan? Because I'm picking at it from a rival now. From a rival, look at it. Look at it as a rival. We just analyze the team. Do you think that Arsenal team is better than the City team?
Well, Manchester City have been there, done that, got the t-shirt for the past 5 years. Let's not beat around the bush here. This Manchester City team have been there, done that, got the t-shirt for the past 5 years. Trebles, Champions Leagues, Premier Leagues, FA Cups, League Cups, etc. You name it, they've done it, right? Manchester City have what it takes to go over the line because they still have some of the players that can take them over the line. Let's not, I'm not going to, as a rival, I have to say that. But Arsenal, do I think they still have what it takes to win the league? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think Arsenal are in a better position than Manchester City in terms of going for the title. Not in a big way, not in a big way, but in like a toe-to-toe battle, I think Man City edges it just a little bit. My only thing is, and Arteta is a good coach, but every time he's had the chance to go at least over the bar, right? To go over Pep, to win this title, I don't think he has. Like, again, 22, 23, they were young, they were fresh, they were just coming into this title race. Half the players didn't know what a title race was. 23, 24, they kept Man City going till the end of the season, to the wire, which was good from Arteta. He kept it going. He knew what it meant to try and go for this league now that he had 1 year experience. 24, 25, okay, you had a bit of a slump off, but still, you went on, you tried your hardest to try and get back into it, and you finished second. I'm not going to do the second again LA chance because it's not worth it. But the fact that you finished second all 3 times, and now the fact that Arteta's doing great. I'm not calling all Arteta sexuals, you're delusional. I'm not saying that. Arteta's a good coach. But the fact that Arsenal have gone 3 years as the second best team in the league. The fact that Arteta and Arsenal haven't had that, the bottle to go over the line. Arteta needs to have the balls to go further. I'm not trying to say like Arteta won't do it. Arteta's young manager. He's young. He's been in the job for 6 years. He's still learning. He's still doing this. But for a team like Arsenal, with the way that you've been going over the past 6 years, the way that you've been growing, learning, studying, when is he going to learn that he's going to have to say, right, he's going to go to these players. Forget the light bulb. Forget everything that you saw in that documentary. When is he going to go into the players and say, right, I'm not having this anymore. If you want to be champions, you take that stand. You go further. He goes effing and jeffing at the players. He swears at them. He goes on and tries to tell them, right, you're second, but I need you to be number ones. If all our fans are calling us the best players in the world, I need you to show it why you're best players in the world. I can't allow this team, I can't allow you guys to go second again empty-handed because we're getting mocked. And it is true. You're getting memed. You're getting mocked.
Everywhere. Memes everywhere.
Technology firms, TV shows, everyone's mocking you for being second, right? Bottles are being made with the Arsenal badge on it. Yeah. When is Arteta going to say, you see all of this? Put it on the screen. If I was Arteta, put that all on the screen, put every little joke on the screen, and say to the players, is this who you want to be? Is this who you want to be? Because I know, I bet you have Real Madrid and Barcelona and that in the back of your mind thinking, oh yeah, you're better than that team. Then show me why you're better than that team. Stop trying to bottle it. Stop trying to be the players that you think you want to be and start being the players you are to be. Declan Rice, England's best CDM. I can't argue with that. Saka, one of England's best right wings. Gokeres, Sweden's hero. You have Saliba and Gabriel, Brazil and France's 2 hearts of the centre backs. Raya, arguably Spain's best goalkeeper since De Gea. You have a left back and right back that, ain't been doing well for their countries, but they're still doing well. You know what I mean? You got a squad there That is brilliant, amazing, one of the best squads in the country. But how can you be one of the best squads in the country if you're not going to push yourself to the end? You know, how are you not going to do that? Because right now, you're getting mocked, you're getting joked. Arteta's getting mocked. You know, Arteta, you're getting Guardiola and everyone jokes about. You've seen London teams, Chelsea, Palace, Tottenham, you know, even teams in like the EFL winning trophies before Arsenal. And I would say, yeah, that's it.
You know, let me ask you this, right? Let me ask you this, right? Don't you think Arteta is also fighting a psychological war? A psychological warfare. Let's forget about even, you know, banter aside now. Let's talk football. I think the psychological war that he's fighting, because basically since the Emirates era, we haven't won anything like major, you know, since the Emirates era. I think the best is the FA Cup, right?
Yeah.
And this guy is about to be, and it's not easy breaking those jinx. Okay, recently, I don't know if you notice it. You just mentioned Declan Rice, you know, being English best player. I will tell you in our last game against Newcastle, he was all over the place. I don't know if I was the only one that noticed it. He was all over the place. Yeah. And yes, he's getting nominated for Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
I'm very sure if he wins, if God helping him, he wins the Premier League or anything, he has a shout. And I remember you guys were laughing at me when I said Declan Rice for Ballon d'Or again. I remember when I said it on KG's show that the guy is like for Ballon d'Or. I mentioned it, and guys were clowning me. But the truth of the matter is that he was all over the place. I think this is more of like a psychological welfare for the players and the manager, and that's why he's coming up with all those light bulb and you know, this kick about nice when he was putting Ivan Toney's tweet on the screen. Don't you think he's fighting the more of a psychological battle than then the fans now adding more pressure, you know, to the whole social media thing. He's now adding more pressure to that psychology. Don't you think it's more of psychological than just the players and the manager itself?
Yeah, it's psychological. As I said in that cup final, you had the chance to win a major trophy. Let's not downplay the Carabao Cup here. You know.
No, I did it. I wanted it.
I'm just saying, not you, but like I've seen most Arsenal fans try and downplay this cup and think it's just sort of a tin pot, you know, start of the season, something, right? But let's face it, this is a major trophy. You win that trophy, right? As I said, it would galvanise the players. It would tell Arteta you've beaten Pep Guardiola in a one-on-one battle, right? That will push you further. That will take you further. That would make sure you're there for the running, right? But the fact that you didn't beat them when they were poor the first half, and you had all those chances in the first half, they go into
give them the impetus to come at us.
Exactly, they went at you. They came right at you. You put 11 men behind the ball. The fact that you didn't play your best goalkeeper in that final, that's psychological. And the fact that again, I'm not trying to bring the joke, but the fact that you finished second, while spending nearly 200 days at the top of the Premier League. That's psychological. How is Arteta?
You guys gave us Kepa. You guys cost a lot. Do you know how many finals Kepa has lost? You gave us Kepa. You gave us Kepa.
Hey, we gave you Kai Havertz, and we thought Kai Havertz would do something. But hey, the juju's there. The juju's there.
Anyway, you know what? Before I let it go, you know, I'm going to wrap up the show now, but I want to ask you quick fire questions quickly. I want you to quickly rate the top 5 teams. And when I mean top 5 teams, I mean the top 5 teams that we actually rate top, and that would be Manchester City, Manchester United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, and let's just ask 4 over there. And I know that I want you to just rate their seasons all through, from A to F. You understand? A as excellent as F. So far, so good. Let's start with Manchester City. So far, so good. How have you rated this? If you will rate the Man City season A to F, what would you rate Man City season?
B+. If they win the league, it's an A.
Okay, B+ if they win the league, A. Okay, let's go to, I think number 2 on the list will be Arsenal. So far.
Arsenal so far, I'd say A minus. Because
Wow, coming from a Chelsea fan, really, you give us despite the sticks you give us, coming from a Chelsea fan.
Again, 200 something days at the top of the Premier League. The fact that you're going deeper into the League Cup and the FA Cup, something that I never thought Arsenal would do. The fact that you win a semi-final of the Champions League and you're still fighting for the league at the end of May, it's been a very good season for Arsenal. And I'm not going to be biased around it. It's been very good. It's been very good.
Oh, all right. I'm going to skip Aston Villa because I know Aston Villa are having a special season, and I don't want to get into that. I know they're going to go, but we all understand the whole thing with Aston Villa. Let's just put that on the side. Let's go to Liverpool, the defending champion.
C minus. Because Liverpool had it all in Jan. They had it all in July. They had everything. They had the £450 million players. They got Isak through the door. They were meant to be pushing on and winning the Champions League or the Premier League or something again this season. And the fact that they've had a monumental collapse after what they've been through this season, winning the league and all that, it hasn't been a good season for them. And it's not going to put the Jota thing into this. I'm talking about the football side of things. It had not been good enough. Even if I was a Liverpool fan, I would still call this a failure. Even if they make it to the Champions League, it'll be a failure. Because how can you spend 450 million and not do what you're meant to be doing and winning the league?
I actually thought you even rated them high. I feel like they deserve a little bit lower. You gave them a C, right? I was thinking for me it would have been a E, if not close to an F, because basically I've never seen. I think they've been the champion, and they became champion without spending much, and suddenly they spent so much and still were not able to get anything. For me, I would be giving them a lower if it was me.
I'll change it then. E minus. I won't give them an F because they're going to get to the Champions League. I won't give them an F. But if they didn't get to the Champions League, it'll be an F. Hard F.
Fair enough. Okay, we'll move on. Let's talk about Chelsea. We have to talk about you guys.
Yeah, you need, yeah. The fact that you're chanting our name says that you're a secret Chelsea fan up for Chelsea.
Me, that blue, let me tell you something. We only use blue for two things in this part of the world. We use them to dry clothes. That's all. We apply them on clothes. Nothing else. Blue is to dry clothes and rubbish. I don't know blue. I don't care. So rate your club.
You need to rebrand your channel now. It's a proper Chelsea channel now. You're doing our chants.
Chelsea is the last club. Chelsea is the last club I can support. See, if there are no clubs again, I'm supposed to support another club. I would take every other club ahead of Chelsea. Chelsea is the last on the list. And even if Chelsea is the only team left, I will not watch club football anymore.
For Chelsea, E minus.
All right, let's get that. Chelsea, rate Chelsea.
E minus, because no. Hear me out. We won the Conference League. We won the Club World Cup. Right, that was meant to push us forward and bringing in top talent and try and help Endo Maresca. The fact that we sack Endo Maresca on New Year's Day, the fact that we bring in a manager that we destroyed our own sister club, Strasbourg, to try and help our club, the fact that you gave him 3 months and he got sacked shows you everything you need to know about the owners and the sporting directors. If we win the FA Cup, I'll bring it up to a C. But I don't think we're getting Champions League football. That's the thing. I wanted Champions League football again to try and go again and try and, build on what was a successful summer. But no, man. I think it's an E. Bump it up to a C if we win the FA Cup. I was going to say Champions League then, but no, we're not in that.
Okay, I guess I already know what the answer for Tottenham is going to be, if I'm not mistaken.
No. Whoa. Actually, no, not F. Z. We're talking bottom of the alphabet, yeah?
they make London a laughing stock. Anyway, quickly, before I let you go, let me just quickly read through some of the comments as we were speaking. Some comment came in from Big Rook. Big Rook said, I'll be real. Some Arsenal fan needs to go out. I'll be real. Some Arsenal fan need to go up or go out and attack against Atletico Madrid. Now, this fan, particularly Big Rook, is always on Arsenal that we don't attack enough, and that's why we are not getting goals. And I think you have addressed that. Or do you want to say anything about that, Patrick?
I think you need to attack. You can't just sit back and watch Atletico Madrid do what they need to do, because they will hit you. Julian Alvarez and Griezmann up top could be a dagger to Arsenal. You just got to go out and attack and not put in the so-called Haram ball, as everybody's calling them. You know, the quote-unquote Haram ball. You need to go out and attack. You need to attack. That's it. That's the only way you're beating Atletico Madrid. Don't sit back, because it's just going to be boring at the end of the day.
All right. Another comment from him now says, I think he was trying to explain to you. He said, I think he's saying Arsenal scored second most open play goals. Look, whether open play goals, we have the second goal, the second highest goal in the league. I think after City, we are. That's why our goal difference is very, very close. And City has scored more. City has scored the highest goal in the. Go on.
You had the first highest goals in set play, but I think I read a stat that you haven't. It's all right.
Now, finally, this one from Big Rook, and this is why. Now, I told you, I said, I and this guy always go back and forth. Now, you can see that he said, I'm seeking validation. He says, Solomon, he says, stop seeking validation from rival fans and just win the league. Patrick, please, have I just told you now? Have I just said anything like I do? What did I tell you about me or Matthias winning the league? What have I been saying? I said, I still believe we're going to win the league.
Yeah, you still believe.
Patrick, can you please tell me what I've always been telling you, even when you called me when we lost against City? What did I say? When everybody was panicking. I said it. I said we will still win the league. I said it. We'll still win the league. And I don't care what anybody says.
I'm just trying to give you my opinion on how, if you don't win the league, it's going to be a long summer for you, because you're just going to keep questioning yourself. Is Arteta the man? Do you need to bring more players in? Can you rely on the Arteta ball again? Can you rely on going so far yet so near? You know what I mean? That's another thing about the Arsenal fans as well. That's a psychological for the Arsenal fans as well. You can't, you lose the league. You lose the league to where you are. You can't just be like, oh, but if we did this, if we did that, if we did that. Stop thinking on the ifs and think of now. Think of the
exactly.
Don't think of the ifs, think of the shoulds. We should be winning the league. We should be attacking. We should be this. We should be that. Arteta should be resting players. He should be doing this. Don't think of the ifs or shouldn'ts, because that's going to mess up your mind as an Arsenal fan.
See, I'm telling you, I've decided to block out the noise. What matters to me is actually what we do on the pitch. Right now, we are going to Madrid, whatever. See, I don't even care if we play fanciful football or we smash everybody 10-0. In the Champions League, the numbers of goals you scored does not count at the moment. Just make sure you get through. For example, go to Madrid, get whatever result that is needed there, bring them to the Emirates. If we're able to score a goal at Madrid and we win the game, even if you have to, play conservative and just edge the game out like we did against Sporting, just get it done. What is most important is getting over the line. When Chelsea won the Champions League, they didn't play the best attacking football. You still won the Champions League. I've said it many times. So, but this Arsenal fan that is in the comment that is coming after me, is always like, he believes that he doesn't like Arteta much. He believes Arteta should be sacked. He believes he's not good. And I'm telling him, I am not saying Arteta has done well. But what I'm saying is, two things can be right. Arteta has not done well, but Arteta has not been bad either. That's my argument.
Like, I think if I was an Arsenal fan, God forbid, but if I was an Arsenal fan, I would say this. I would say this. If I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be like this in my mind. Get a result against Atletico Madrid, whether it's a draw, whether it's a cheeky 1-0 win. Go to the Emirates, create the atmosphere, get the Emirates pumping up, do the tifo, get whatever you need to do, sing the angel as loud as you can, and get right on with the players. Back the players all the way and get to Budapest. That's what I would say.
Exactly, that is my plan. But our stadium is always cold. It's always flat. Our stadium is always flat.
I'm telling you now, if you lose 2-0,
we're out.
Yeah, you're out.
We're
the
out.
atmosphere will be terrible. Get a result on Wednesday night. Go to the Emirates, create the atmosphere, and say, "This is why we're in the Champions League. This is why we want to get to the final. This is why in Budapest in May, I want to be there, and I want to have a memory that will last for a lifetime." But until then, until you can break that psychological barrier, I don't know what you're going to do. I wish you luck. You find the flag for England, but allow Madrid. You know,
we created this. I hope you, before you go, I hope you know we created the 6th slot that England has now. Kudos to us. If not for us, you wouldn't have the 6th slot we have in England now. So I think you should respect us for that. Anyway, big up yourself, Patrick, for joining the show. Thank you so much for joining the show. Thank you so much for joining the show.
Get that follow button. Subscribe to his channel. Yeah, get his likes up. Yeah, amazing.
500. You want to hit the 500? You're about to hit the 500. Come on.
Go on, get the 500, lad.
All right, Patrick, thank you so much for joining the show. Thank you for being part of the show.
Pleasure,
thank you. All right, you have a great day ahead of you. Thanks. All right, guys. That's all we have for the show today. It is nice to have you guys. Hope you guys enjoy the show. Don't forget to smash up the like. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, let me know what is your own opinion to everything that we have discussed today on today's show. Now, speaking of the game, also before I go, I would just like to wrap up the show with our game against Atletico Madrid, and definitely we meet Atletico Madrid on Wednesday, and we will definitely be away. We need the point. The point matters to me. Like, I don't care. We just need to get through. How we get through is none of my business right now. We just need to get through. When we need to get to Budapest, then we can do that. Then get every possible positive result, at Madrid on Wednesday, and go to Fulham. Come back home at the Emirates and get results. I think that is the best thing we can ever wait for. But I want to charge us now on my final note. Arteta, do your job. Focus on winning. Focus on winning the game. You don't have any business with whatever rivals are talking to you about. It's none of your business. Arteta, let's go on. I am backing you. We Arsenal fans, the real ones, are backing you. You will get over the line. You will break this barrier, and we will win this league. Yes, I'm saying I repeat again. We will win this league. I know it's going to be hard. I know it's not going to be easy, but we will win this league, and that is all I have. That's the message for me, for Arteta. For the players, you can make yourself heroes now. This is it. You're correct. You can make yourself hero. Bukayo Saka, you have been doing it. I know you already. You are my star boy. You are, in fact, in the world right now, there is no footballer like you. For me, you are the best footballer in the world. I don't care of anybody. It's me and you. Personally, I take your case. Personal. You and me, we are together. So you can be a legend. At 25, you can be a legend of that football club. You just need to take us and grab us and put us over the line. Arteta, your statue will be built at the Emirates if you win the Champions League. So this is a charge to Arteta, to the players, to Martin Odegaard. They've called you Martin No Shoulder Guard. They have called you Martin Ghost Guard. Whatever they have called you, I'm telling you, I do not care. All I'm telling you is that you, as a person, can drag Arsenal over the line this season. And when you do, your statue, what the likes of Thierry Henry hasn't been able to achieve, what the likes of Dennis Beckham that we talk about, so Campbell hasn't been able to achieve, you have a chance to achieve it this year. Let me tell you, you can change this narrative. And I'm backing you guys to change the narrative. Thank you everybody for watching the video. Don't forget to like the video. Like I've said, roll to 500. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think about every of the aspect of the show that we have discussed today. Like the show, like I've said. Please, 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 we are on the road to 500. Come on, smash the like on the way out. For those of you watching that watched thus far, thank you so much for watching the show. Smash the like on the video on your way out. Subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Peace, and I'm out.